Welcome back to Giving Chances Farm. Out here walking calves. So Michaela has Lucky Charm and Taylor has Rosie. So they just finished walking the other two, Navajo and Frosty. So let's see if these two will walk as good as the other ones did.
I should have walked in first. Walk.
Good girl. Good girl, Rosie.
Walk.
You're fine.
She's better than she used to be.
Well, remember, you gotta let her know that you don't get, not let her know, but you can't let her control what she wants to do. Because once she does that, then that's when she acts like a butthead. Walk, Lucky. Good boy. Okay, so we'll go around one more time and then you'll set up at the end of the tractor.
Walk. See, go back with your body, okay? Walk. Walk.
Call his name.
Lucky Charm, walk. Here.
Walk, Lucky.
Lucky, walk.
Try and go down a little bit on the road. Not quite as much, but just a little bit. There you go. Oh, she's going to the bathroom now too. Restroom break. Yep.
We're about walking.
Walk. Come on, Walk. Walk. Hold on, you're pooping.
Yeah, let him go in one spot.
Go, Rosie. Rosie's taking after her owner right now. She's being a little stubborn.
Walk.
like I said, I think
It's
the only
just a
one.
lack of refresher. It'll be fine.
No.
Don't turn around and face her. Face forward. Get your hand closer to the
That sun coming.
Yeah.
Sun rays coming through. It's messing with the
camera.
lighting on the camera. Remember, you just gotta show her who's boss. I know you have a bigger attitude.
But you remember with her, even when we were walking her all the time, the first few minutes or so back here, she was stubborn, and then she loosened up and do what she needed to do.
Well, the reason
We
I
just gotta
know
get
what
past
she
it.
walked was because she doesn't like it tight on him. Like you hold close to walk.
Go.
She likes it loose. Walk,
She gotta be able to move first.
walk.
Walk, Lucky.
You gotta show her, because if she moves, that pressure releases. Okay? Turn. Talk to her.
Lucky, walk. Walk. Lucky, walk. Walk. Yeah. Walk.
It'd be okay to wash.
Walk.
Go.
She's like, I'm gonna use you to get this slobber off of me.
Walk.
Okay.
Walk, Lucky. Walk, Lucky. Walk,
Walk,
Lucky.
Rosie.
Walk, Lucky. Walk, Lucky. Walk, Lucky. Walk, Lucky.
Well, at
Lucky,
least you
walk.
two started with two of the good ones. The stubborn ones are the last.
Walk, Lucky.
Or is it just the owners
No, I'm trying to get the
getting worn out?
walk. Lucky.
Where are you going, dude?
We were finally starting to get done. And then he jumped. Yeah, okay. You could do the brain, huh, buddy? Yeah.
Make sure his head's straight. There you go.
His back leg needs to come
Forward or back?
back a little bit.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, it's a little too much.
Okay.
There we go.
That looks better. Okay. So basically, we've shown that these two out of the 4 of them need a little bit more work than the other 2 did.
And things may change the
And it
next
could
day.
be just today also, because they went last. I mean, who knows? Could be the girls are a little bit tired compared to the first group. Now that they walked the first group, they kind of knew a little bit what to expect. Maybe they were a little bit more nervous with these. I know Taylor was a little bit more nervous with her, and Rosie can pick up on that. Taylor did the halter training on Rosie, and early on, she allowed Rosie to throw her head a couple of times, and it scared Taylor, so she allowed it to happen. And then since then, Rosie's kind of taken advantage of her, so it has to be stopped, basically. So Taylor's in that process of basically she's going to have to retrain her and tell her that that's not acceptable behavior.
No, Taylor
she
was.
even tries it when Brittany walks her. She'll try it 1 or 2 times, and then finally she realizes that Brittany's not going to allow it. She tries the same thing with me. She'll throw her head to where she'll come in and try to hook the back of your knee even when she does it. She's done that to Taylor and actually knocked Taylor down a couple times. So, and that causes us to have to step in. She didn't do that today, so we're definitely making progress. Lucky Charm here, he's just kind of like Eeyore. He doesn't try to really take off to the races. He just wants to stand there. Even in the stall, when you're trying to groom him, he's pretty stubborn. He's one of the few that you can ask him to step over and he kind of just looks at you until you have to really get on his rump and do some pushing, and then he'll finally be like, oh, okay, now I'll step over. But he's just kind of stubborn about getting moving. If I had my choices, I'd take one that wants to stand there all day long over one that wants to run away from you. So, because there's ways, eventually if you outweigh them, then you can make them move, but you can only do so much when they're in 4-wheel drive to slow them down. So, but we'll continue walking just a little bit more on these, and if we have to, Brittany and I'll step in and make sure they're doing everything right. Because we want to make sure that each training they're doing what they need to be getting accomplished, whether it's Brittany and I doing it or the girls getting it accomplished, but they need to get that full routine done that day, and everything ending on a good note. So, but we'll go over here. I'll have Brittany take over Rosie for a minute and get her going. And Kaylee, you continue walking with Mom.
Well, I guess you don't get your break yet, buddy.
Now, Taylor, you stay by close, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have your mom walk a little bit, and then I'm going to work you back into the halter with Mom so that you step in between Mom and Rosie and continue walking. And then Mom will just kind of phase herself out of the picture again like we do when we first started the bigger ones, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
You want me to walk in front of you, Mom?
Walk. Walk. Walk.
Come on, walk.
You can see how Rosie's worked up already. You can tell on cows because they start swinging that tail when they're not comfortable. So, yeah, it come down a little bit on her nose, didn't it? There we go.
We'll see if that worked a little better.
The other thing on that is making sure that rope halter's kind of up there right underneath the lower part of their eyes, because otherwise it pinches down there on their nose and they don't like that. So
Walk.
you can see how she's attempting to kind of throw her head a little bit with Brittany.
Walk. Good girl.
Brittany just kind of
Walk.
tells her that isn't going to fly. So
Walk. Come on. Walk. Walk.
but basically when you're halter training one of them, what you're trying to attempt to do is show them that when you need them to go, there's pressure on that halter, and once they actually start moving, that halter releases. So the pressure kind of releases, but you need them to know that they got to continue on as long as you're continuing on. So,
Good girl.
and you can see she's kind of relaxing down. She's not hopping.
You gotta walk and turn.
Tail's still swinging, so she's still a little worked up, but that back line is staying a lot flatter. She's not jumping.
Good girl. Walk. Good girl.
Walk, Lucky.
Yeah, thanks. Walk. Good girl.
Yeah, she likes to wipe her slobber on you.
Walk. Good girl.
That's another sign that they're getting worked up, is they'll kind of start getting frothy in the mouth. And that's just them getting all worked up. They kind of slobber. They drool like a St. Bernard, man.
Walk. Come on. Walk.
So,
Good girl. Walk.
but like I said, it'll just take some refresher and she'll get right back to it.
Good girl. Yeah, thanks for the slobber.
We'll start getting back
Good
on it
girl.
now that we're somewhat caught up on some of our tasks that we got to do. Other than it's just about time to start extracting a little bit more honey here soon, possibly, depending on the flow around here.
Walk. Good.
And then we will
Yeah, that'd be.
make sure we're on this every day from now until time for show. So,
Both girls, for their 4-H project, will be able to take their hive and extract some of their honey, and that will be their project.
yep, for the
They each
beekeeping
have to
side.
extract 2 1-pound jars for their project
Yep.
and get judged on it. So that'll be exciting, huh? That'll be exciting, huh? So, hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comments below. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a nice day.